Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, Journey Together, the set that has just come out. It feels like we've been waiting a while for a new set, but in reality, Prismatic Evolutions did not come out very long ago. I think it's just that massive lack of product that people have been able to get, which has left us all sort of wanting for more. And Journey Together, here it is. If you're in the US, of course it's out. If you're in Australia, I don't know like anyone else, but my local LGS has been delayed on their arrival of product, so I don't have any yet. So I'm going off a little bit of a whim here and what I've been watching people open. But let's talk about the set as a whole. Let's talk about what's been happening with the set, prices of singles. Is it a good investment? Where we possibly see this set moving? Before we do that though, I just wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. All the videos that you see inside this video will be from the Collector app. There's a link in the description to download it. I've teamed up with them. You'll find me down in the content creators section and some awesome giveaways for pro users this month. So jump on board that one. So, Journey Together, it's a reintroduction to trainers. And look, to be fair, when I think back to when I used to play the game with my friends when I was very young, we made our own little home battlefields. Like mine, I can remember, was this wooden board that my dad got me, and we made texture, and I think we texture pieces where you put your prize cards and deck and junk pile, and then I glued on certain bits and pieces and different symbols and Pokemons that I'd cut out from magazines, and we started with base and jungle and fossil, and then I remember everything sort of switched up when Gym Challenge and Gym Heroes come out. Of course, those two sets adding a new element to the game. And I can remember, we made our own little badges, and, I guess Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge has a little bit of a special memory to me. And, the reintroduction of the trainer gallery, it probably has a bit of a special trainer cards. It probably has a little bit of a special soft spot for some of you guys and girls at home as well. So first things first, it is the reintroduction of trainer Pokemon, which is great news. It is a little bit of a smaller set as well, so it sort of reminds me of a Stellar Crown size set. There's not too many special illustration rares, and there's a smaller handful of illustration rares. It's good to see illustration rares back after having none in Prismatic Evolutions. Keep in mind that we have seen the deletion of A-Spec cards. Good, bad, my opinion, good. They're what they are. Look, they had their format for the game, and they lasted a few sets, I guess. But for someone that's just more a collector investor and not a player of the game, they're just not overly collectible or investable in my eyes. But are what they are. They're gone now. Well, I think to summarize Journey Together, it feels like a good in-between set, doesn't it? It feels like it's that right set to place in between Prismatic Evolutions and the massive hype train that is Destined Rivals that's just about to come out. Now, from what I've watched so far on YouTube and other streaming services of a lot of US content creators opening Journey Together, the pull rates look pretty good. It's back to sort of 2-3 illustration rares per box. The pull rates for special illustration rares, we'll get some data on that soon. And, there's lots of just regular EX cards coming out of the box. Most boxes I've seen open, sort of getting anywhere from 12, 13, 14 hits out of a box, which is which is really strong. And let's take a look at some of the singles and some of the prices. So again, this is off the Collector app. We can see Lily's Clefairy at the top of the table there, $325. The Salamence, the second most expensive card from the set at $238. Hops Zacian in there, $178. And as we scroll down, we'll start to see a few of the illustration rares as well. I really like the artwork from this set. I think Scarlet and Violet now is really hitting its strides when it comes to artwork. And this set is no different. The artwork's absolutely phenomenal. The Articuno I really like, the Wailord I really like, and it looks like, again, I don't play the game, but that card looks pretty damn playable considering how much HP and how much damage it can do. It's a big boy bobbing in the ocean there, isn't it? Big Wailord. So some cool cards inside there. Personally, I think a lot of people are going to love the fact that, we've got some Lilies getting some hype. The last sort of time that Lily got some love was during Sun and Moon Era's Ultra Prism. We all know how strong a booster box that is. Really, a lot to do with her presence inside that set. So I think that's going to add some weight to this set. In terms of box prices and sealed prices, we can see the booster box is hovering at a very generous price still. And I suppose the flow on from sealed pricing and the singles that we've looked at, where does this set sort of sit? In my eyes, I think it's a nicer set than Stellar Crown. Also think it's arguably a bit nicer set than Obsidian Flames. Is it as strong a set as maybe something like, or does it sit on par with something like a Temporal Forces? It's not quite as big, so it's hard to compare those. It is a smaller booster box set like Obsidian Flames and Stellar Crown. So I guess from what we've seen from smaller booster boxes from Scarlet and Violet so far, or smaller sets in booster boxes, this seems to be the nicest of them. Is it as good as the bigger sets? The Twilight Masquerade, the Paradox Rift, the Temporal Forces, Paldea Evolved. I guess time will tell. We need to see where these singles sit, because it's such a hard market to gauge things at the moment. When I was talking to the local shop, I went in and had a chat to him today. Still no booster boxes, so been delayed to 11th of April in Australia here, and or whether that's just his shop, but delayed until 11th of April, and allocations got absolutely slashed. Did not get anywhere near as many boxes as he wanted. So I'll be lucky, he said. I'll definitely get you one, and hopefully I can grab you a second. But there was that many pre-orders from good customers and good player bases inside that store, so customers that play the game and open the packs. So we'll see what happens there. But it's so hard to gauge prices, isn't it? Like, booster boxes are absolutely exorbitant in price. We have really yet to see these sort of things come out of the gate this strong. Even when Sword and Shield was in its massive hype era in Australia, like, I could still pick up Vivid Voltage, Darkness Ablaze, Battle Styles, even when it was super hyped, end of 2020 when COVID was running rampant and the market was absolutely insane. You could still pick them up at a reasonable price. I could still go into stores and grab a booster box. You just can't do that anymore. Like, they just don't exist. And it's like the chicken and the egg. Is it because, the booster box doesn't exist? Well, I mean, it does exist, it's just so hard to get. Is it because the booster box is so hard to get, it puts upward pressure on singles prices? Is it because singles are coming out of the gate so strong, it's putting upward pressure on booster box prices? Is it just that relationship between the two that's making it just overly difficult and complicated? And it's just so difficult to tell prices. Like Prismatic Evolutions, how strong did all those singles come out of the gate? And you know what? Most of them have held on better than what I thought they would. And look, the same thing's probably going to happen with Journey Together unless we get some unreasonable reprint that just absolutely swamps the market with product, which in this market, with Destined Rivals around the corner, 30th anniversary not feeling too far away, I just don't see that happening anytime soon. And it makes it hard to judge what's a good investment and what's a bad investment, because you look at this set and look, maybe some of these prices will hold on, maybe some of them will go up. But in reality, generally when a set first comes out, we start seeing a severe drop in the top hits. Like, will Hop's Zacian really remain a $178 card? Doesn't seem likely, does it? Will Articuno remain a $50 to $60 card? Yeah, depending on pull rates, it seems somewhat likely. Lily's Clefairy, $325. It's come out of the gate incredibly strong. Will it hold on? It's just so hard to tell at the moment. I'm not going to make a judgment and go, pick up Lily's Clefairy for $325 because it will become a $500 card. That's just, anyone that's telling you that sort of stuff is not sort of speaking the right language to you. The right language right now is product is so hard to get. It makes singles seem overly inflated. If product remains hard to get, then singles will probably remain overly inflated. But if we get a massive reprint or more stock on the way and more cards and more singles in circulation, then of course it's probably going to put some downward pressure on the singles prices and we'll see them drop. Big question to finalize the video, is it actually a good investment? Well, it feels like anything at the moment is a good investment in the Pokemon card world. If you can get your hands on any sealed product at retail price, whether it's Elite Trainer boxes, 3-pack blisters, booster bundles, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes in particular, and of course booster boxes, they just seem like damn good investments at the moment. It feels like they're just never going to go back down to retail price. Even these talks of reprints coming for Paldea, Obsidian, and lots of other sets in between. Yes, it's taken a little dent to some of the singles and some of the box prices, or maybe they've plateaued and leveled out for the last fortnight or 3 weeks, but it just feels like nothing's ever going to return to that retail price the way the market is at the moment. So I guess to answer my own question, is it a good investment? Well, yes, of course it's a good investment if you can get it at retail price. We all know how safe booster boxes are if you can get them at retail price. Like, when has a Pokemon card booster box ever severely dropped below, $100? And if it does, how long does it stay there for? What, you buy some booster boxes at $100, they drop to 80 way back in the day because they're on flash sale and no one can get rid of them, and maybe you double down and buy a couple more to leverage yourself a little bit low of your buy-in price, and then, before you know it, a year or two later, they're way back above where they should have been. We all know how safe an investment Pokemon booster boxes are at retail. Like, if you can get, and to talk you through what I'm getting it at, and look, I might only be getting 1 or 2 boxes, and 210 Australian dollars, which is what 135 to 140 US, a booster box. Fine. Okay. If I only get 1, it'll just go straight into the collection and that's that. If I can somehow pick up more around that price, great. If they get reprinted in 6 months' time or 9 months' time and I can pick up more, great. I probably will. Saving up for destined rivals, of course, but that's going to prove probably to be even harder to get hold of. Let me know in the comments down below. What's your opinion on Journey Together? Looks somewhat solid, doesn't it? I'm Michael. This is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.